Hello again, stitching friends. Hoping for the best did not work. So, let's do it this way. So here's where I was just telling you about my Scottish castle etui from my dining room. And going from the dining room, my little house is an open floor plan. We're going to walk over here to the Scottish hallway. So, here we are. Now, what you're looking at is the 1814 Call to Arms sampler. I talked about this when I was at the Great American Sampler Weekend Comes to America last October with Nicola Parkman and sponsored by Hobby House as well. And as you can see, look up top and you'll see the little dog chasing rabbits through the trees. That's on your sampler. And the towers are on your sampler. And let me get a little closer. This guard will be featured on the scissors fob that Rebecca is going to be making. We'll do another little video by August of accessories. But that's the sampler, and you can see that I have taken the trees and rabbits and dogs and the towers from there. And as you see, it's the pastel colors. They're even brighter on the back, which is where I took them from. This hallway has several Scottish samplers. Many of them are the red and green ones. Let's see. There we go. Red and green, and then some pastels. I love this Mary Peacock sampler. Let me come over here closer to it. Mary told us that she was 12 and lived in Glasgow in 1821, and she also told us the names and ages, or initials and ages, of all of her family. I love that one. There's some red and green, various Scottish samplers on this wall. Ooh, I don't want to make you dizzy. This is a reproduction of my Christina McClellan sampler. The antique Sharon, my friend Sharon Hofstetter, will be bringing the antique home to me tomorrow. But that's a reproduction, and that will go back to Judy when I'm in Nashville. And there's a little English sampler up there. So close your eyes. I'm going to turn around, and we're doing a little walkabout. So where to next? There's Charlie at his spot. You know dogs aren't allowed on the sofa, right? Except at my house. And here's more winter. Let's see, over here, I have English samplers in this little corner. But over here is one of my favorite Scottish samplers. Let's see if I can get it like that. The border is one that I used in your castle. That's a wonderful sampler. That's one of my Whitney samplers I so cherish. Okay, so we're going to go around this way. And let's see. There aren't any samplers. Well, there's one in the kitchen, but it's English. We'll have to do a garden tour. Love my porch, but it's winter for sure here. And nothing's in bloom in my gardens, but we'll do that in the spring when things start to bloom, or in the summer. This is some English samplers, and this one actually has unicorns on it. Can you see the little unicorns above the Jesus permit? Dogs and deer and unicorns. Okay, walk with me. We're going to go through the kitchen. Ready for a tea party anytime. Now in the hallway, I have hung some of my antique samplers with their reproductions. I should have shut the laundry room door, sorry. There's Janet Stevenson with her reproduction. And what else? There's some English samplers over here. And some of my 10 Commandment samplers. So we're looking for pastel samplers. Now this is a darling 4 Commandment sampler with its reproduction. And I have Scottish and English 10 Commandment samplers right here. This is one of my favorite Scottish samplers. Let's see, I can back up a little bit. It's done in shades of browns and blues. And it's just absolutely lovely. Let's see if I can get a little close up of this one. Look at that, it has little satin stitches. Love this little house. And where are those pretty birds? We've got peacocks. Oh, this is what I want to show you. Look, eyelet birds under a tree with satin stitches. Isn't that just absolutely charming? I have a little shaker silk shoe. I thought when I reproduce this one, I'll make that little shoe as a small. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, 1822. And now let's go to the bedroom. My son came in a few months ago and he said, oh my gosh, welcome to the museum. So all the samplers on this wall are Scottish. So we'll come in here. Now these are English and American. And let me wheel around here. These are English. They're my girls. I'm studying tartans right now. So let's look over here. And you'll see some things that we were talking about. This is one of my very favorite samplers. I bought it from Whitney Antiques. It's one of the first, it is the first one I bought from Whitney. And I just loved it. And look, it's all pinks and blues. See? Janet Dunlop, Begbie actually. Now this one is another Whitney sampler. And you see the fountain with the birds. That's on your castle. And that border, that's on your castle too. And it's greens and golds. So, what else do we have? We have some more samplers with Linlithgow Castle from Scotland. Scottish samplers here. This Linlithgow Castle is so pale you can't really see it very well. It's the same color as the linen. I would love to know what those numbers mean. My friend Anne said it might be for the 12 disciples, but I don't know. I thought it might be a clock tower. If you love me, keep my commandments. Okay, so we'll go over here. Here's some more Scottish samplers. And the small ones, I've actually reproduced for market. Let me go a little closer. So, look at Gene Key. You see the front of that building? I use those, that spacing of the brick for your sampler. And that's a pastel sampler. Now this one, I hope I can have it ready. Agnes W.H. Calder was 11 in February 1836 when she made this. It's a beautifully, beautifully executed. There's some eyelets and mostly cross stitch. But this little one over here was done by her niece, Ellen Margaret Jessie Murray, when she was 7. And that one is at the framer now, and I did a little pin drum of that one. Now let's look for some more pastel samplers. Look at this one. Okay, this is on my reproduce list, and it's pinks and greens and sea greens. Look at this house. I've actually charted the house. Isn't that just wonderful? And of course, there are a whole forest of those little trees over here. What else do we have? Oh, here's another one that's done in pinks and greens. Those huge roses. So, Scottish samplers come in all kinds of beautiful color combinations, right? Now, don't get dizzy. I'm going to turn around here. We're almost done. Now, there's Charlie's bed, but this sampler wall, we've got a Falwell School Silk on Silk sampler, in memory of George Washington sampler, a Quaker sampler from Philadelphia, and then the upper two are English samplers. And here we have another English sampler on my reproduction list. And then this one, oh my gosh, the most magnificent story. I need to do a video to just tell her story. It looks like a Scottish sampler, but she's actually English, but her mother was Scottish. Wonderful story. Oh gosh, I traced this child through her parents and grandparents and down through her children for many generations. But anyway, so there we go. So we had a little walkabout of some samplers and pastel samplers. And now we know about the castle, the Scottish castle at Twee, and where some of our wonderful little motifs came from. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't think I'll be able to merge it, but I will make it into 2. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.